this is what we have to understand with grime, yeah? When you talk like pioneers and all of this stuff, yeah, each hood is real to each hood, innit? In the sense of that, like, your reality in East London is your reality because you live in East London. Mm-hmm. My reality in Brixton is my reality because I live in Brixton. You get what I mean? So, if we're talking the first darkness of that, you'd have to say So Solid. Because So Solid was spitting war lyrics on garage. This is where the transcendence was coming. We always talk about Wiley and that, big up Wiley. But when Wiley was bringing these records to the shop, it didn't say grime. His record said Esky. He was building his sound. Wiley wanted his sound to be in the Hall of Fame, which he's supposed to do, because that's what he's creating, the Esky sound. So when he's going to record shops, he's giving them Esky. Eskimo, Esky Beats, Devil Mix, it's all Eskimo records. Then you got J Sweet, Sublo, all of that stuff. The label I'm with, Dice Recordings, Skepta was the first artist with Dice, yeah? DTI. Reason why I say DTI is the first grime song, I'm in no cahoots with Skepta. It's just the plain facts of what it is. They brought the song to the record shop. It's a white label, it's called DTI. They was gonna call it Grimy. Man said that's cheesy, and Ledge took the Y off, and it was Grime. That was the first record in the shop, Grime, DTI, Skepta. Okay. Do you get what I mean?
Skepta was the first.
Yeah, of a record, the genre now, grime comes from council
Everyone
estates.
Pioneered.
Because it comes from council estates, it's battling. It's the closest thing what we got to battle rap. So it's from your youth centre to your council estate, to flipping Top Boy, my under 18s rave, to Palace Pavilion, to Young Man Standing. Do you get what I mean? This is grime. You can't say two men, so what about Roadside? What about NAA? Like, remember, most grime MCs from South London started on my radio station, on top, 95.5 FM. Yeah. That was our radio station, and double. We used to come on every Saturday from Suey's mum's house. The block was upset that we was keeping it to ourselves. So, do you understand what I'm saying?
You see, like, grime, obviously, it's a massive thing in our culture. Scorcher won yesterday. Shout out Scorcher, won the Mobos.
Big up.
Yeah,
shout him out.
Who would you... Now, this is a serious question, because if you had to give, and you can put yourself in it if it's you, but if you actually take yourself out of it, because you might just pick you, but who to you, take away yourself, who is the king of grime? If you had to, like, say, this is the king of grime, this person here, he might not have started it, he might have been the 10th person I've ever heard, but to me, his music, his legacy, I'll give him the crown. He's the king of grime. Who would it be?
Two people.
Gotta pick one.
No, I want to hear the two.
No, go on.
I want to hear the two still. This is actually interesting.
Excluding myself, I wouldn't put myself in it. I should put myself in it, but I wouldn't. I'd say Socks from Birmingham. Yeah. And I would say P Money. Yeah. Reason why I say these two people, as well as myself, leaving myself out, I'll talk about it after, is the fact of that these two people consistently done the music, even when it weren't lit. Okay. Do you get what I mean? In the shit times. This is key valuable state. The problem with English music, we are very monkey see, monkey do. So if tomorrow someone's got a #1 song with a Japanese flute in it, everyone and their mum's gonna run and try and do something with a Japanese flute. Do you get what I mean? So you now, as a grime artist, doing all the radio shows, all of that, you start to get bookings to do something good. As soon as you get hot enough, you just decide to go and make a house song.
Yeah.
So it's like you spent your whole life shotting weed, you get to a good state, and then you start foaming and telling man about crack and all sorts of mad stuff. But it's like, I don't know you for that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Like
this has been the history trail of the grime scene. Do you get what I mean? P Money and Socks. Look, P, you don't see P on every big poster. You don't see him on the billboards, but consistently he's out and he's working, and his music is always 140 BPM. He's stick to his market. Do you get what I mean? Socks, he's just I rate him as an artist. I think he's really good and sick, but he's consistent to the sound.
So them two people, shout them out, P Money and Socks. Give them a round of applause. Everyone does. Do you think in a war, because Grime's always about war, and that's what it's come upon, sound, it's a sound man thing clash. Do you think they could beat Chip? Because in this world that we live in, everyone...
But this is what I'm saying. Bruv, when man was doing Grime, half man wouldn't even be able to touch the mic. You wouldn't even have been able to make it to the mic. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. But you see, to actually walk in the pit through certain man and hold the mic, that was a challenge in itself. Do you know how much man didn't even get a chance to do that?
No, I know. But what I'm saying here...
No, but this is what I'm saying. But
what I'm saying, because of, in my era of what I've grown up, when it comes to clashing, from everything, you've seen Chip versus Stormzy, Chip versus Wiley, Chip versus Youngin. That to me is like Chip.
You're a Chip fan, I like
no,
it.
No,
it's good, man.
But
support your hero, bro.
What I'm saying is that when we've grown up, it's like Chip versus Bugsy. Chip's won every battle. So for my generation, when it comes to clashing, and he's such a big Grime or whatever, it's like he's the guy to go against. He's the guy that's unbeaten. So I didn't know you would say them two people, but I'm saying because you think they're the king of Grime, clearly they're good. Do you think, from your talents and your expertise, do you think Chip versus them would win? Or do you think, could Chip be beaten? Do you think there's a Grime artist out there that could beat Chip war for war, song for song? Seriously? No, I'm not answering this is a serious question because...
So, back to the word of beauty. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. You get what I mean? Every supporter is biased to the people who the music what they like. Do you get what I mean?
True.
There'll be a man sitting here saying Chip would never clash me or could beat me. There'll be a next person saying P Money couldn't beat me. There'll be a person saying P Money would wipe the floor with all of us. There'll be someone saying Socks would wipe the floor with all of us. My whole thing is that's never going to be viable to just say who could beat. The only way you're going to know
if it happens
is everyone's in the room and doing it. But then what you got to understand as well, in this new era, talent is 30% of it. The rest of it is marketing and publicity. Do you get what I mean? Because then it's like saying, raw, who can clash D-Double? From he says, ooh.
Ooh.
Do you get what I mean?
D-Double was cold, though.
Of course D-Double's super cold.
Still.
But then a man just spat a whole sentence. Like, I'm a lyrical G, rah, rah, rah. And D-Double said 2 words in one.
And the whole thing's getting rolled up.
So it's nothing to do about lyrical content anymore now. It just comes about who you're feeling the most. The guy who had the sick lyric, he's not even going to get a chance in a rave because
aura thing still.
Remember, there's 2 different things. Clashing in a rave, where your brethren can gas you and hype you, and then clashing in a silent room where all you're hearing is lyrics, each other's lyrics, is 2 different things. Because if we're in a rave and I've got 200 of my brethren going brap, 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 brap to everything I say, how can you judge the clash on that? The clash would have to be judged in 2 people, 1 mic, no audience, no crowd, everyone watching it at home and listening it and actually saying who's got better lyrics and better bars. Anything to do with when you're talking about crowd and people's emotion. From man goes, ooh, I'd be ready going, bop, 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 bop.
I actually remember that Lord of the Mac clashes with like Footsie,
you see what I'm saying?
Scratchy, them old school people.
Hence why it had to be done in the basement without a big audience so you could actually judge it. Or if not, crowd persona, innit? So yeah.
Fair enough.
So do you think there could be a resurgence of Grime, or who do you think would be able to bring it back?
Grime is resurgent.
It's not like the main sound that everyone's trying to attain anymore.
No,
right?
but this is what I'm trying to say. Grime is a big sound was coming back, and it's always been about. It's not a resurgence. Remember, when I did my first Grime tour, my BDO tour, for 7 years straight, I won Best Grime Album, Grime Mixtape, Grime Song, on Urban Music Awards,
So do you think you should be #1 king of Grime then?
No, it's not for me. It's for people to do their homework. But the difference between me,
So would you beat Chip on a 1-on-1 clash?
That's, as I said, it's not for me. It's not for me.
Obviously he backs
We should line it up by the show,
do you know what it is? Because my whole thing is this, it's all easy to talk was, But let's just talk the truth.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Now, if I spit a bar and he spits a bar, regardless, I think my bar's the best. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's not about what I say. You get what I mean? All I can give you is the facts.
hey.
You get what I mean? Remember, the reason why it's harder with me with my music, yeah? I'm two people in one. I'm white Michael Jackson and black Michael Jackson. It's true. My personality is white Michael Jackson. My personality goes places where my music can't. And it interacts with people different than what my music can. My music is black Michael Jackson. It's tolerated certain places and it's not for everyone. Where my personality is more of a general fit.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So sometimes my personality will outshine my music. It's just natural. But remember, my core following, they don't really give a shit about my personality. They know me for music. So I have the best of both worlds. It just means I have to work harder in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So where my personality, I have to work twice as hard with my music to match my personality. Remember, you know, I could just walk down the road and just see something funny and that would just go viral. Think about the process with music. You gotta find the beat, you gotta spit it, you gotta write it, you gotta edit it. It's not a straight to consumer. Where my personality, it goes from what I think to a button to the world. There's no middleman. It's straight bang.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? When it comes to music, you gotta find the right beat, then you gotta think about quality. It has to sound right. You understand what I'm saying? There's so much more pieces to it. There's songs you've heard and you didn't like it because it weren't mixed right. Because you've heard the sound of it and you're like, right, I don't like that sound. But if it was mixed properly, it would sound like a whole different song. But my personality or someone busting a joke, you don't give a shit about the sound quality. How it comes is how it comes.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no,
and that's the difference.
No.
But yeah, check out my song Praise Judge and all my other stuff on streaming platforms and all of that.
I'll check that out. You're the best then. The energy you got to give out of that, I've just taken, which is right, you're the best at grime. You're the king. I'm saying here, you're the king of grime. Big Narstie's the king of grime.
Facts.
Yeah, you heard it first here.